Hi, I'm Chrissy. I'm a yoga teacher in Chicago. And this class is called Move and Feel. And it's a class that's inspired by the Svadhisthana chakra, or our second, or sacral chakra. The Svadhisthana chakra, the word Svadhisthana translates to the word called dwelling in the place of the self. And this chakra's element is water. This chakra is ruled by our creativity, our passion, our sensuality, our joy of just enjoying life. And when this chakra is out of balance, you can usually tell when we feel a little bit of lack of desire or passion. We have fear of change, maybe oversensitive or emotionally dependent. This chakra is really kind of the seat of our emotions, and to balance this chakra means to have kind of an emotional balance. So you don't cling to others emotionally. You have a good sense of your emotions, and you have the feeling that you're able to enjoy life and enjoy the things around you without feeling shameful. So we're going to move a lot today. The location of this chakra is the area above the pubic bone and below the navel. And the way that we tap into this energy is by getting into our hips. So a lot of people love this chakra and working into it because we love to open our hips. They get really tight. We're going to move a lot today. We're not going to move too quickly, but pace yourself. If you need to press pause every now and then and just kind of take a little rest, go for it. Otherwise, I say let your hair down and just kind of enjoy. Let's get started in a tabletop pose. So you'll come onto your hands and your knees. Again, feel free to place a blanket underneath the knees, spreading your fingers. And we're going to move through a couple of rounds of cat and cow. So on your next inhale, lift your chin and your sitting bones. And then as you exhale, start to press the mat away. Round your shoulders and drop your head. And then do that again. Inhale, move your sternum forward, slide your shoulders away from the ears. And then as you exhale, begin to round, drop your head. And then again, inhale, move your chest forward. And this time, as you exhale, try rounding and shifting your hips towards the heels a little bit, almost like you're moving into child's pose. And then from there, come back forward into a table and then lift your chin, let your belly button drop, and exhale and round. And then move your hips to the heels. Then we're going to add even more movement. So the next time you inhale, lift your chin, lift your sitting bones, maybe even moving slightly forward. And then shift your hips to your left. As you exhale, round, and then move the hips to the heels. And then shift your hips to the right. As you inhale, slide forward a bit. Exhale, shift the hips to the left, and then round. So it's really starting to open the hip joints, even the shoulder joints, the wrists. Inhale, slide to the right and then forward. And then exhale, slide to the left, and then round. And then go the opposite direction. So move to your left and forward as you inhale. And then as you exhale, shift the hips to the right and then move them back. Good. And keep going like this. Do 2 more rounds. Move as big or as little as you'd like. I say really go for it for this class. If you feel a little weird or uncomfortable, maybe close your eyes. Just kind of feel things out. Once you've done both sides evenly, you're going to come into downward facing dog. So you'll tuck your toes, lift your knees and your hips, and then continue to move around. So pedal your legs, bending one knee and straightening the other, and then switching sides. Even let your hips shift a little bit from side to side as you move this dog. It's kind of like a pedaling dog. Try to spread your fingers. As we move up the chakra ladder, you still want to make sure that you focus on the other one. So continue to root down, stay connected to the earth. And then you'll come back to downward facing dog. And we're going to continue to move. So on your inhale, you slide to plank position. Shoulders over the wrists, look forward. And then from there, lift the tops of your thighs up and then send your hips back. Heels down, down dog. And do that again. Inhale, move to plank. A little rounding of the upper back as you come forward. And then from there, exhale, back to downward facing dog. And then come into plank position. Inhale in your plank. This time, you're going to lower your knees to the floor and then lower your chin and your chest to the floor. And then slide into cobra pose. So pointing your toes back, inhale, lift your chest, and then come onto your hands and your knees, tuck your toes under, make your way to downward facing dog. Now bring your feet a little closer together. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up, and then open the right hip, bend your right knee, and then take a few circles with your foot. Just kind of let the ankle move around a little bit, go in the other direction. Now straighten your right leg and then square your hips off. Breathe in. We're going to come into a lunge. Step your right foot in between your hands. Now keep your back knee off the floor. You can have a couple of blocks underneath your hands. Take a big inhale. Now straighten your right leg and fold as you exhale. Doesn't have to straighten all the way. Keeping your fingers grounded, inhale, rebend your right knee, chest up. Exhale, straighten the right leg and fold. Then one more time. Inhale, rebend the right knee. As you exhale, straighten the right leg and fold. Good, now rebend the right knee as you inhale. And then step your feet to plank pose. Now pause in your plank, look forward. And once again, lower your knees. Keep your hips in the air, but bending your elbows, lower your chin and your chest. And then slide forward again into cobra pose, lift up. Exhale, tuck your toes, and move into downward facing dog. Bringing your feet together. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Good. Open the left hip, bend the left knee. And then same idea. Once you do this, you can circle the ankle or the foot a few times in one direction. And then go ahead and go in the other direction. Now straighten your left leg and square your hips off. Breathe in. Step your left foot between your hands. Make sure it's all the way underneath your left knee. And stay on the fingertips, use blocks if you need to. Lift your chin up, take an inhale. Now as you exhale, start to fold and straighten your left leg. And then try that again. Inhale, rebend the left knee, heart forward. Exhale and straighten. And then last time, inhale, rebend the left knee. Exhale and straighten. Now rebending the left knee, look forward. This time step to the top of your mat, coming into a forward fold. Good. Now once you're in this forward fold, let's lift halfway up. Find a flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. And then fold. Exhale. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift halfway up. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Exhale and fold. 1 more time. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. And this time we're going to come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling, looking up, maybe pressing the palms together. And then let the arms relax by your sides. We'll do a round of sun salutation A. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Big breath in. Exhale and lower your hands to the floor. Inhale, look forward, lift halfway up. Now plant your hands, step to plank pose, top of a push-up. You can always bring your knees to the floor. Otherwise, keep your legs lifted. Inhale. Now sliding forward, exhale all the way down or halfway down to chaturanga. And then take a cobra pose, or if you'd like, move into upward dog, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, tuck your toes under and lift your knees and hips. Down dog. Now take a deep breath in. Lifting your heels, looking forward, bend your knees, step or hop your feet to the front of your mat. And then inhale, you'll lift halfway up. Exhale and fold. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, leaning back. And let the arms relax by your sides. We'll do 1 more, just like that. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale and fold, nice and easy. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, step to plank pose again. Pause in your plank pose, look forward, big breath in. And then once again, lowering halfway to the floor or all the way down to chaturanga. Inhale, take your cobra pose, or if you're ready for it, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under and lift your knees and hips for down dog. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Now last time, lift your heels, look forward, bend your knees, step, or once again, try to jump your feet to the front of your mat. And then lift halfway up. Remember, be playful with this stuff. Exhale and fold. And then rise up to stand. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling, big breath in, and then stay standing. Just let the arms relax. Take a moment just to pause. Take a couple of breaths, inhale and exhale. And with all this moving, our heart rate tends to speed up, so it's good to take moments to pause and just check in. Slow down your breath. Good. And then from here, let's step to the side of your mat. Take your feet wide apart. Good. With your feet wide apart, bring your hands to your hips. Take a big breath in. Now as you exhale, start to fold. And once you fold, lower your hands to the floor. Straighten your arms as you inhale. Now bend your right knee in the direction of the toes. Bend deeply if you can. Now inhale, straighten your right leg. And then as you exhale, bend your left knee in the direction of the toes. Now inhale, straighten your left leg. And again, bend the right knee, exhale. Inhale, straighten. And then exhale, bend the left knee. Now as you inhale, straighten your legs. And then just fold for a moment. See if you can fold a little bit deeper. Take an inhale here. And exhale. Now inhale, straighten your elbows again. Find a flat back. Bring your hands to your hips. Pressing the feet down. Inhale, rise up. Good. Turn the right toes to the right side of your mat. Angle your left toes in. Reach the arms out. Bend your right knee for warrior two. Now we're going to keep moving with the breath, so take your time. On your inhale, straighten your right leg. Reach the arms up. Now exhale, come back to warrior two. Nice and easy. Try to keep the knee over the ankle. And then do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and bend. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, bend. Now you'll keep the bend in the right knee. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Reach the right arm overhead. Slide your left hand down your left leg. Come into side angle pose. You can start with the forearm on the thigh. Reach the left arm overhead. Again, inhale, let's reverse the warrior. Reach the right arm up and overhead. And then as you exhale, side angle pose, maybe lowering your hand to a block or the floor. And then last time, inhale, reverse the warrior. Reach the right arm overhead. And then exhale, come into your side angle pose. And then from here, you'll inhale, come back to warrior two, and then you'll straighten the right leg. Release the arms, switch sides. Take the arms out as you inhale, turning the left knee and toes to the left. Bend your left knee, warrior two. Let's keep moving. Inhale, straighten the left leg, reach up with the arms. Exhale and bend. Let the shoulders relax. Do that again. Inhale, engage your quadriceps as you straighten that front knee. Exhale and bend. Keep the knee tracking in line with the toes. 1 more time. Inhale, lift up, reach a little higher. And then exhale, bend. Now keep the front knee bent or left knee bent. Reverse the warrior. Inhale. And then side angle pose. Exhale. And then try it again. Inhale, so reverse it. Feel free to go a little deeper each time. Exhale, maybe fingers to floor. Top arm overhead. And then 1 more time. Inhale, let's reverse the warrior. And then exhale. That's it. Take your side angle pose. Inhale, come back to warrior two. And then straighten your left leg. Now parallel the feet. Bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Stretch your knuckles down as you lift up through your chest. And then start to fold. And then we'll use this as an opportunity to just be still for a little bit. So slow your breath down again. And then non-aggressively, move your thumbs away from your lower back until you feel a nice stretch. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Now lower your hands to the mat under your shoulders. Straighten your arms as you inhale. We're going to do a deeper lunge now. It's called transverse lunge. Turn your right knee and toes to the right. Walk your hands towards your right foot. Now, bending your right knee in the direction of the toes. You're going to sink a little deeper and then pivot onto your left heel. Left knee and toes are pointing up. We're going to do this a few times. So just kind of feeling things out this first side. If the right heel doesn't stay on the floor, that's okay. It could be a little lifted, but do try to press your right knee open with your right arm. Now take another inhale. And then we'll switch sides. So take it slow as you move back and forth. Walk your hands to the left. I like to visualize a ninja crawling around on the floor. Sink into those hips. Bending your left knee. Press the left knee a little more open with your left arm. And then the right knee and toes point up. Good. Now we're going to move back and forth between the two. On your next inhale, straighten the legs. Start to crawl your hands towards the right foot. And then bending the right knee, pivot onto the left heel. And then from there, inhale, start to walk your hands towards the left foot. And then pivot onto the right heel. And then do it again. Option to try without the hands. So maybe no hands. But if it starts to hurt the knees, then don't do that. Just do one more on each side. And then when you're done with that, you're going to come back to a forward fold. So straight legs, straighten your arms, inhale. Feet are parallel, and just fold for a moment, exhale. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. Now straighten your elbows, inhale, and bring your hands to the hips. And then from here, we'll rise up. Good. Now you're gonna turn your heels in, the toes out. That way your knees and toes are still pointing in the same direction, but they're angled out a little bit. And we're gonna come into what they call goddess pose or a deep squat. So bend your knees, place your hands on the tops of your thighs. Press your knees back gently. Just do a little rock from side to side. Just nice and easy. Good. Try not to lean too far onto the inner or the outer feet. So root them down evenly. And then come back to stillness. Take an inhale. And then you're going to twist your upper body to your left. So turn the right shoulder forward. And then inhale, come back to center. And we'll switch. Turn to your right, tip your left shoulder forward. And then do that again. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale and exhale. Good. Now inhale, come back to center. Option to keep your hands on your legs or option to bring your hands together in front of the heart. Good. See if you can sit a little deeper. Scoop your lower belly up. Keep pressing your knees wide. And then from there, straighten your legs. Take the arms up towards the ceiling. And then from there, let your arms relax. Turn the toes to be parallel again. And then make your way back to the front of your mat. Shake out your legs. Shake out the arms. Notice where you're feeling a bulk of the energy right now in your body. Hopefully it's like your hip area. Inner, outer, front, and back. Let the arms relax by your sides. Take an inhale. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Now inhale, look forward, lift halfway up. Place your hands on the mat. Just step to plank pose again. Now we're going to counter some of the inner thigh stretching we've done with a little inner thigh strengthening. So this can be done on your elbows. Take your right ankle and slide it on top of your left ankle. And then squeeze your inner thighs together. You'll feel your lower belly lift. Keep using the strength of your arms and your legs to hold you up. Try not to let your head drop. Keep a slight lift of your chin. Take one more inhale. And then you're going to switch to right foot down. Take your left ankle and slide it on top of the right leg. And then breathe here. Make sure you're using your legs and your arms. Draw your lower belly up. Lengthen your tail towards your heels. Take another inhale. And then you'll place your feet on the floor. Take one final inhale. And then lower all the way to the belly through chaturanga. Whew. Now point your toes back. Bring your forearms in front of you and set up for sphinx pose. So when you're in your sphinx pose, just a nice way to stretch the front body. Easy way. Press the forearms down, lift your chest. Feel as if you're trying to slide your forearms back. That's it. Now take one more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, lower down. You're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders and then just press up onto your hands and your knees. And then sit back on your heels for just a moment. Just sit back on your heels for a moment. Take a couple of deep breaths. Good. Now we're going to do one final shape here together. This could be a pretty intense inner thigh stretch. I recommend having a towel or a blanket for this. And this pose is called frog pose. So you're going to take your towel or blanket and set it to one side of your mat. And then you're going to have your mat on the other side. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to place one knee, it doesn't matter which knee, on top of the blanket. The other knee is going to be on your mat. Now the knee that's on the blanket is the one that's going to move. But before you do that, I want you to flex your feet and then point your toes to the side. With your feet flexed, turn the toes out to the side. And then go real slow. You're going to start to slide the knee that's on the blanket away from the knee that's on the mat. But what you want to try to keep is a 90-degree bend in both knees. So keep checking that. And go as far as your body allows. So some of us are going to stop right about here. And then, just be here for a little bit. This is one of these shapes that you want to try to hold for a good few breaths. Some of us are going to start to lower a little more. And if you have that range of motion and you're low enough to the floor, then maybe you drop your elbows. And then just breathe here. Yeah. And then as you're letting your knees slide apart, isometrically feel like you're trying to bring your knees together at the same time so that there's still a little bit of that rebound energy up. Now, if you want a little more, this is not enough. The way to get a little more is to shift your hips in the direction of the heel. So as you start to shift your hips back, you're going to feel a lot more of stretch. Yeah. And this is one of these shapes that I personally, when I come into this, like to hold it for a good 5 minutes. But we'll hold it for just a few more breaths. And just breathe into whatever sensation you're feeling. It could feel a little uncomfortable. It could feel a little weird, especially if you don't access these areas too often. And it's okay to be a little bit uncomfortable, but make sure you're not sitting in pain. Okay, now feel free to hold this a little longer on your own. Otherwise, you're going to come out of it. And bring your hands under the shoulders again, carefully. Bring your knee that's on the blanket towards the knee that's on the mat. And then we'll come back to the blanket, or the mat rather. And from there, we're going to come into a seat. So shift your hips over to one side. And then let's cross the right leg in front of the left leg. We're going to come in a specific seat. It's called Sukhasana, or easy seat. And the crossing is at the center of your shin bones. So your heels and your knees line up. Prop your hips with a blanket if you need to. And sit up real tall. Take an inhale. Now crawl your hands forward and then fold. Now as you fold, let your upper body move a little bit from side to side. A little back and forth. Good. Couple deep breaths. The forward fold doesn't have to be that deep. And then from there, you'll walk your hands back towards your legs, and we'll simply switch sides. So you'll take your left leg in front of the right leg, and then once again, walk your hands in front of you and start to fold. Okay. And again, starting to kind of tap into this more joyful, creative place. I think for a lot of us, as soon as we kind of come out of our childhood, we're not encouraged to be as playful anymore. So it is important to kind of tap into that in your own way, whether it's through your yoga practice or taking an art class or dance class or music. Come back up. And this time, you're either going to do this pose again, the crossing of the legs, or you're going to slide your right ankle on top of your left knee for double pigeon or Agni Stambhasana. And then same idea, make sure your foot is kind of hanging off the knee. You can stay upright here, or if it's okay for you, begin to fold forward again. Good. This is a little more intense, this shape. So keep that in mind. And if you need to, put the foot on the floor. Okay. And then walk your hands back towards your legs. And then we'll repeat that on the second side. So again, either left leg crossed in front or left ankle crossed on top. And then from there, you'll start to fold. And as you start to fold, see how this side feels. Very rarely do we feel balanced on both sides. Good. And again, because we're playing around with the kind of the chakra whose element is water, you can try moving a little bit like water. All right. And then come back up. All right. And then from there, just take your legs out in front of you. Give the knees a little shake. And then you're going to come to any comfortable seat. So your hips should feel pretty open now. Should feel a little more comfortable to sit, but if it still is a little hard, then take a blanket or something and sit on it so you feel a little more supported. When you're ready, let your eyes close. Yeah. Let your hands rest on your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Let your shoulders relax. Close your eyes. And just notice how the body feels. See if you can bring your awareness, your mind's eye, to your Svadhisthana chakra, or your sacral chakra. So focus on the area above the pubic bone and just below the navel. And I want you to visualize an orange light, like a warm, glowing orange light there. And each time you inhale, feel that light begin to expand. It's warm. And then as you exhale, it expands even more, out through your arms, your legs, the crown of the head. And then continue to visualize this orange light. And silently, in your own mind, repeat the mantra VAM. V-A-M. VAM. 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 Continue to visualize that orange glow in your sacral area. And repeating the mantra VAM silently in your own mind. Take a deep breath in. And a nice long breath out. And try that again. Inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, you can start to blink your eyes open towards the ground. And then gradually take in your space. I hope you enjoyed this class. Feel free to join me for one of my other chakra classes. The next chakra is the third chakra, which is all about core. So if you like that kind of thing, check it out. Thank you so much. Namaste.